Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 4. They made it to Season 4. Episode 1, The Ghost. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Clio.
Don't sound so surprised.
Well, as I mentioned before the podcast, I was surprised after Season 1 that it got renewed, but now I'm not surprised. Also joining us is a picture of Ghost Rider's face.
Hey, y'all.
Also known as Jake. And also Rachel.
Also Rachel, yeah.
I'm
Afterthought.
Peggy.
It's okay.
And Peggy.
And Peggy Carter.
I don't have anything.
Oh, my Coulson Pop vinyl is downstairs.
My lanyard's upstairs in my room, so yeah.
We
Sorry.
were just talking about how being tall has its perks, but I would need to be 8 feet tall to reach the pop vinyl over there. Oh well. Here,
Oh.
you can have a chopstick. Anyway,
Chopstick.
2 words, Ghost Rider.
What does that
Yes.
mean?
The spirit of vengeance.
Yeah.
Okay?
Go
He
on.
looks so fucking cool.
Yeah, he did. And the way that they talked about him, it's like two different people. Like, he doesn't really have control over it. Thank God it's, Nicolas Cage type illustrator. But,
Oh.
All week, watching stuff on Hulu, they've been promoting the shit out of this. And the Hulu promo doesn't ever show his face.
Yeah.
Okay? And, they have that whole line Daisy gives, like, you don't get to choose who lives or who dies. And then he says, I'm not the one who chooses. And I turn the volume all the way up because I swear to God, in the Hulu promo, it sounds like Nick Cage.
no, but yeah, it made it's a little different than, that Ghost Rider. I mean, at least in that Ghost Rider, he got, he was still in kind of control, but it doesn't seem like he's in control.
We really don't know.
Mm-mm.
Well, in the comics,
But it's just the way that they talked about it, the way he talks about it, the way he talked about it for the brief moments he did talk about it.
he kind of has control. Well, I guess he can't really turn it on and off, but like he can hear like the voices or like another voice in his head.
Mhm.
He just chooses to ignore it. He just suppresses it. But like when times like that comes where he feels like he needs to kill somebody, he just like sort of gives himself away and he says, "Okay, voice in the back of my head, just take over." And then
When he thinks that someone needs to die, but obviously the voices that said, "No, she doesn't need to die."
She's kind of kicked your ass, but she can live.
I think it was her actually saying, "Take me. I just do it." Just
Because someone who thinks they deserve to die probably doesn't.
deserve to die.
Yeah, that was probably the trigger to
Yeah.
not, set her ablaze.
And honestly, I think that fight only really happened because they, stood against each other. The Ghost Rider and the spirit of vengeance didn't flame up until like halfway in that battle. Like, so maybe he really is like, oh, we were fighting for no reason. Okay.
So they're embracing some supernatural elements here.
A little bit, yes.
which I like.
I'm all for it.
Just in time, Doctor Strange.
Which
Right?
is, yeah, Doctor Strange is
No, well,
coming
they
up.
said there's going to be some ties.
I mean, so far, every enhanced individual in the MCU has been given their powers through science or aliens or both.
Alien science.
Or alien science. So, it's
I was
nice.
gonna say, yeah, it is
Magic.
nice. I would notice that right off the bat, there's a lot more blood in this episode than I've
Yes.
ever seen
Wow.
in any of the episodes.
Well, according to Mac, he did pull a guy's spine out.
He pulled
I
somebody's
know.
But from
he
where?
He fucking
goes
prizes
to
her
kill-
his ass.
He goes to kill the guy on the ground, and then there's like this blood spatter on the car, and I was like, did he just explode him? Like what?
That was the spine removal.
That was the spine. That was the spine. Yeah. As soon as they said
like-
the spine
It
thing,
was like Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It was like Mark
Fatality.
the Predator and shit. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Wow, this is the most blood I've ever seen on this show.
There's
Yeah.
3 ways I think he could have done it. Either ripped his head off like Sub-Zero, ripped it out of his ass, or just punched him through the back and pulled it out longwise.
I think
You don't want to know.
All 3 of
probably
them,
more likely is he punched through and ripped it out.
all of those options would create that much blood, so
Yes.
probably that.
Well, he crushed in one guy's skull too, so.
There is that too. And the guys he crushed in Aryan Brotherhood, so Nazis.
And it's also kind of like, he's like, I don't deserve to die. I'm like, sure. You know,
Right.
Aryan, dude,
Uh-huh.
sure you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving on
Don't
here.
feel bad.
Now, my first impression was, because the end of last season, the last, 2 minutes, we get a 3 months later kind of thing, and Coulson and Mac are hunting for
6.
Daisy.
Was it 6?
It was a 3, 6, months later.
Or
period
5,
of time.
something like that. Months.
Period of time.
From then
And
till now.
yeah, exactly. And Daisy was kind of shaking buildings and destroying stuff, and being all emo, Miss Quake with the, the nice dusky eyeshadow there. So when this episode started and they're really pushing Ghost Rider, and I realized, holy crap, they're pushing him really hard in the first episode, I thought, did they just throw this whole storyline with Daisy kind of going half supervillain out the window?
She didn't go supervillain.
That was my first
we knew
impression.
she wasn't.
She's
vigilante.
She's not going supervillain. She's doing good things, but in the wrong way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean,
she's attacking the right people, but not going through what people would consider proper channels.
Yes. So
she's not she's not an agent anymore.
Yeah.
So in many ways, it's like Daredevil. She's just a vigilante.
Yeah. Who can level buildings.
Yeah, she said she didn't want to get, I forgot what point of the episode it was. She said she didn't want to get attached to people. And I love that we got Yo-Yo back, and Yo-Yo is apparently supplying her with drugs. And Daisy says, well, I don't really want to get attached to so many people, so that's why I'm hanging out with you.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's why I'm seeing you for a hot second in a bus and then dipping.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, she's attached to something. Everyone's attached to something.
Everyone is, yeah.
And she's like, I don't want to get attached, but here we see she's back in her van with the same little hula girl in her old hometown, so...
Everybody's attached
Everybody
to something.
gets attached.
And her father has the same one.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. I was expecting to see her father this episode, because in the in last season's finale, she said to that family, she says, oh, I have, she said to that girl, oh, do you like animals? Yeah, I have a friend who also likes animals, and he's a practitioner. Her father was a veterinarian.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's what
after they erased his brain.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we'll ever see him.
Which
here's the thing. With this new Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, Mr. Hyde is a part of that story. Because I think it was in Robbie Reyes, he just found a car, and in the back of the car was some old weird experiment stuff that belonged to Mr. Hyde. That was his car.
Honestly, I don't think they'll go that route, but if they interview Mr. Hyde some way, I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I heard it's gonna be introducing a lot with a Doctor Strange movie.
I believe they said we'll get some bit of Mephisto this season added in somewhere. He might even be a major character. I don't know. They're teasing us. I don't like it.
Like they do.
Yeah, they do. So, where was I? Oh yeah, Yo-Yo. She is playing both sides. Well, she is the inhuman asset in the field.
She's not really playing both sides. She has loyalties to both. It's hard for her, I think, because she knows they both want the same thing. And if she didn't help Daisy, who's going to help her?
I mean, Daisy keeps breaking her forearms, and
I know she's using
fracturing bones.
Well, and I don't think that because Yo-Yo was never loyal to S.H.I.E.L.D. She was just loyal to the people, to the team, not to the organization.
No, yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, she's like, who's going to help her if I don't? Because she won't let the team help her.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so
You mentioned the team. All little what was it? Speculation we had that May was going to be the new director instead of Coulson. Yeah, that's out the window. Nope.
Yeah, that's not. Well, there's only a couple things we know about this director. It's a male.
Dude.
And he doesn't like the way the military handles S.H.I.E.L.D. So obviously he doesn't like the military. So it's not the military.
So it's not Talbot. As soon as they said Rainbow of Security, I'm like, there's no way it's Fury.
Rainbow of Security. What
no
is
way
that?
it's Fury.
So we know who it's not.
Yeah, we know who it's not. Also, we know that they're
the
paranoid.
Pattons. It's the Oswalds.
That'd be cool, but
one of the
That would be
clones.
hilarious.
Well, they make it sound like the director's a dick, so I don't know if it's...
He's paranoid because, daily lie detectors for anybody who's allowed in the room with him. Yeah, I can understand, compartmentalizing and safety features so Hydra doesn't, weasel a couple of heads back in there, but...
His way of running things is weird. Why do you use colors? Why do we have colors? Like what? Is the next year, is it going to be shapes?
I thought it was hilarious.
Clearance level rainbow, whatever this shit is.
When May
Rainbow of Security.
And Gemma were talking, and she's just like, well, you're orange. She goes, well, it's a combination of red and yellow.
It's a combination of red and yellow. It's difficult to explain.
Makes perfect sense.
It's like, I'm red, you're orange. Shouldn't I be,
Well,
it's a color wheel.
The reason why they did that, the director says, the reason why he did that is because he doesn't want people to feel inferior to different colors, yet there are higher level colors than other colors, so people still feel inferior. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why,
I just
May
find it hilarious.
You can't...
And May said, I feel inferior.
You cannot institute any system like that without somebody feeling inferior. Doesn't matter if you use numbers, colors, shapes.
I'm clearance level circle.
I'm clearance level giraffe.
What if the director is the guy from Captain America Winter Soldier who wouldn't launch the helicarriers? Like the nerd, the IT guy? What if it's him?
No, they
I would love that.
I would love
but they did show a picture of the actor who is the director, but they haven't given him a name yet. So it's not that guy.
It's not that guy.
I'm not even gonna look it up. I'm not even gonna look it up. I just also love.
I want to, but I'm not gonna.
I know this episode was kind of all over the place, and so it's just like showing the difference in their relationships now. All their relationships have changed, and they're all a little different. I have to admit, I am all for the yo-yo back thing going on. Come on, that was like adorable.
I love yo-yo.
I think a lot of us love yo-yo.
Yo-yo is getting feistier, and we saw, and because this comes on at 10 a.m. now, we can be a little bit more risque. Yo-yo, when she came there, she was going onto the base, and then she saw Mac. She was like rubbing up against him, like, whoa, what is going on?
She was like talking about speed and I don't know. He was just like, whoa.
The rules about fraternization.
And then he quoted the Sokovia Accords at her, and I'm like, come on, Mac.
It's like, Mac,
it's not
come
cool.
on. There's got to be a...
He was like, it's like trying to, guy, think of baseball.
Old wooden chairs, antiquing.
Yeah, right?
Margaret Thatcher naked on a cold
Margaret
day.
Thatcher, there it is.
Their flirting ever since she came on the scene, their flirting has been
But
always.
I like it.
Oh,
And I do too. The two of them together is freaking hilarious.
And they were learning each other's languages.
So cute. It's adorable.
Yeah, it's adorable. Also adorable. Fitz and Simmons are still an item.
Yep.
Less adorable, they barely get to ever see each other because Simmons
Fitz is
going
to ruin it. Fitz is going to ruin the whole thing.
He's going to ruin it. He's going to break it.
Has a secret already. He's going to ruin it.
Already, yeah, done. We're good.
It is a big secret. The sex robot that he thought it was.
That doctor is such bad news.
You got
I love the doctor though. What's his name?
I do love him, but he's bad
I hope he
news.
sticks around.
He'll always be Jonathan from The Mummy, to me. So
Right? Yeah.
I just love that actor. But
he's,
I love Fitz's first reaction was, I think, what everybody would have, like, what the hell?
I'm not. He was like, and then he's like,
Especially
the first thing
since
the doctor says is like, I'm not like that. No, it's not like that. I was
It's like,
no, it
I was
is like
installing.
that.
I was giving
It's
it
totally like
upgrades.
that.
No, she.
Yeah.
It is.
Upgrade.
Clearly a she. Like, I seen things.
Yeah, no, it's totally like that.
And is anybody getting an iRobot deja vu flashback going on here? Like, what is your purpose? My purpose is to save lives. I will jump in front of the bullet for you.
She's gonna die.
Oh, so you think that
I am a
she's gonna
shield.
be like the head, the computer, not like Sunny?
Yeah.
She's gonna
I'm
have
just
to pick
waiting for her to go.
Especially if they
makes a
network
Sunny?
them. I mean, see, the whole thing with iRobot was it was a network. It was a series of networked AIs. So when the one went crazy, the one in
They all
control
went
went crazy. She was able to, just take control over all of them. But
I'm waiting for like a Space Odyssey,
as
Sorry, I
as he
can't
said,
do that.
it's all simulated responses. It's not AI because Ultron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have we not?
But it's
Yeah,
like
we
you're
learned.
going down this. I'm so okay. So you got around the AI part. You're still going down the same path of Ultron. You're keeping it a secret. You're doing all this behind people's backs.
You're making robot people that will be able to pass for people.
Yes.
With no problem.
What if there's already, what are they called? LMDs. What if they're already in S.H.I.E.L.D. and we just don't know?
They teased it with the first Avengers movie. Like, hi, you have reached the life model decoy for Tony Stark. Please leave a message.
I fucking love that joke. It's great.
So they've been teasing this for a while. So, I mean, I don't know. This is not going to end well. It's going to cause problems.
That it's not going to end.
They're going to make us. Here's what I think is going to happen. They're going to make us love her, even though she's like not real. They're going to make us think that she is real, and we're going to get so attached. And then she's going to jump in front of a car, and then she's going to die.
Well, the problem is, I already love her.
Like Trip.
Shut up.
I never cared for Trip,
You're
so I
so
don't
not
care.
over that.
Get out. I want my precious Trip back.
I don't care.
Oh, that was so sad when she started listing off the names of people that they lost.
It's like, I don't need a list.
He's like, stop it.
Don't need a replay.
No.
Turn her off. Just turn her off, please.
There's a switch in the back.
Well, I mean, they're already heading down that, not only with this robot chick, but then they have the Fitz and Simmons in the virtual reality.
Yeah.
So...
This is gonna tank somehow. That virtual reality seems helpful, though.
It seemed really kind of weird. I am like 3 feet above the floor.
Right. Well, okay, so the whole thing that Daisy was tracking was a box that was stolen.
Which I'm going to call Pandora's box.
Yeah, we're going to call that. That's totally what we're going with right now.
I don't know if anybody watched our Sleepy Hollow podcast, but ooh, we took that joke way too far.
What's in the box?
Hey, I wrote that down. Look, right there. Where is it? What's in
the box? It's a ghost lady, and they let her out. We're
another spirit of vengeance, maybe?
That's interesting.
She seems very malicious.
Yeah.
It's too coincidental to, not to be related to Ghost Rider in some way, shape, or form.
I think it's of vengeance. I think she's of something else.
Just an evil,
I think
spirit.
she gives you ideas. She's one of those that puts little ideas in your ear and then just walks away and lets it. And that's when people start seeing the visions of the people bleeding.
Maybe it's like spirit of jealousy or a spirit of
envy.
Yeah, envy. Because they ripped each other apart over it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So maybe it's something like that.
I thought, my theory was that she shows people true colors. Because, as we saw with May saw Coulson being all, zombified. Because, Coulson does not have a clean slate.
No. But, I mean,
But she did. But what's funny is that all the ghost had to do was walk by her,
and
she felt the chill.
Against her.
She just felt, so she's like, she's a little bit infected.
Which is
she isn't like
basically what she did to the Chinese,
well, they opened it and she burst out. So
and then she he's like, what would, what the hell was that? And then she touched the guy on the shoulder like, it's a breath of fresh air, or however she said it.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of fresh air.
She
and then
literally went through them. So I think it depends on how much contact she has. I don't think she
we'll find out, I hope.
I don't think she meant to do, have contact with May because she didn't even care. She just was like walking behind her. She was like,
speaking of May, very, very scary assault team. Like, that's the kind of effectiveness we're looking for.
Her own little cavalry.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Her own little cavalry.
And it wasn't until they
better be
all had their glasses on, they all like filed into the warehouse where I was like, oh, she took Rumlow's job, she took Crossbone's job, she's head of the strike team, she's gonna do a much better job than him.
I do love that, Mac was like, we gotta call this in, we gotta call for backup, and then
she's just there. Yeah, she's just there.
They're like, wow.
Wow, that was efficient.
Wow.
They were waiting in the corner.
Pretty much. So May probably boned in some not good sense of the word. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna look good.
It hasn't really been a while. It feels like it's been a while. It's been a while since they killed a character I gave a crap about.
Lincoln? Nobody cared about Lincoln?
No.
I cared about Lincoln.
Thank you. I'm done with you, Jake. No, I'm kidding.
I'm with Jake on this one.
No, the last
both of you.
The last character that died that I cared about, let's see, who was it? Reyna. I love Reyna.
Reyna was great.
I did like Reyna. Yeah. All right, we're all in agreement there. Yep. All right, so I have a question before we move on to the fight between Daisy and Ghost Rider there. Does Coulson's new hand with the magical X-ray projector, does it finally have a laser?
We don't know.
Laser finger?
Or a disruptor?
What did he say when he gave it to what instructions will pop up when you put it on? So we don't know. They didn't show everything. Yeah. So I think that's one of the things. If it does, we're all gonna just be laughing.
Where's his shield? Does he still have it?
He better still have it. Fitz comes with like this new hand that does 1,000 things for Coulson, and he gives Mac his exploding pen. It's like, I think Mac just felt left out, and Mac was just like, make me something.
No, Mac is like, I mean, what did his, like, was it him or was it Trip Stab that was in S.H.I.E.L.D. way back when?
It was Trip. Trip was the legacy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, I just think that coming from a kid's point of view, all those like sci-fi, exploding pen, all these things. That's what, if you notice, that's what he wants. He wants all that stuff he saw as a kid.
I think
Mac's also a giant loser, and I love him.
He's probably a James Bond nerd. He just wants everything he ever saw come out of Q Branch.
Yeah.
Exploding pen.
You know what? He can make it himself. He made his shotgun axe, so
it's true.
I know, that was amazing.
But I just love Fitz. Like, I made you that exploding pen. I can't really see a use for it. You never wanted one of these?
Yeah, you accidentally click it and it explodes.
Click.
Like,
yeah.
I lost my pen. Oh, here's one.
Yeah. Okay, so it was mentioned. It was mentioned by Alex in chat that the CGI for Ghost Rider's face was very impressive, and I have to agree.
I agree.
I mean, the CGI on the show has always been fairly good. There have been a couple of things that, maybe could have been done better, and I'm just like, okay, how cheesy is this going to be? What are they going to do? And then, the way his face, melts.
It melts.
Like, burns off. I was just, like, captivated.
And the skeleton was better than...
It wasn't just a skull. Yeah. It was a skull with a flaming spine and everything. Like,
it had markings, too.
It wasn't anatomically correct.
No,
which
it
I
wasn't.
Think which works in its favor, I think. Because, the Ghost Rider movie tried to do that, and it looked really shitty. So
I wasn't going to mention the movie again.
Well, I did. So
I mean, he's the spirit of vengeance. He should probably be, look a little more demonic than human.
It's
my opinion.
More the Day of the Dead look. Mm-hmm. That's what they're going with, because
which I like.
It's Hispanic, and and they're in Los Angeles, and and it's October.
It's like I could just light things on fire by touching them. Watch.
Can we talk about his little brother?
We can talk
Aw,
about his little brother.
And how it's the kid from Fear the Walking Dead.
Mhm.
I don't watch that show. I wouldn't have not
As
noticed.
soon as they opened the car door, I was like, "It's Chris!"
Chris!
He's adorable.
Yeah.
He's a little cinnamon roll. I love it.
Yeah. I can't help but look at him and be like, "Oh, you're gonna be a serial killer in the other show."
Like, you know, Daisy tracks him down. He's defending himself. He's basically pulling a Dexter. He's only killing people who deserve it. Other
Yeah.
killers, pedophiles, stuff like that. And she's all like, he's killing people in horrible ways. He's a murderer, serial killer. And then, like, she, further watches him, and it's like, oh, he has a little brother who's crippled.
Aw.
He's being cool.
Mhm.
Fuck you.
I hope we get a backstory about how he became.
That
You
might
know,
come next
Yeah.
episode already, actually.
Yeah.
I would really like that. I mean, I hope it isn't like a certain movie.
Mm.
That was just retarded.
It's like, how'd you
stupid.
get, I sold my
What
soul
movie
for
could you be talking about?
I know, I wonder.
Wonder.
But if you watch the promo for next episode, it's like, I sold my soul to the devil. She's like, the devil.
Yeah.
Like,
Not quite, but
last season we had like the metaphorical devil. Now we're getting the real one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or,
Mark's version of the devil,
the MCU's analog to the devil.
Mm.
Which
there's a lot. Which there's a lot of.
there's a number of them. Mephisto is close enough,
Or
really.
it could be. I don't know. It could be the real, or it could be just someone. Just go. You call someone the devil because they are that evil.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's something supernatural, like some supernatural entity. Because
I don't want it. I don't want it to be science.
I don't want it to be another Inhuman. I don't want it to be some
I mean, yeah.
experiment. I want it to be outright. He
Call
sold
it
his
what it
soul
is.
to a demonic entity, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Be it the devil. Be it,
Maybe it's a demonic from like. I mean, granted, I know we don't want science, but maybe it's from another planet.
but we've had that.
I know we've had that, but doesn't mean they won't do. They won't do it again.
If I swear, if Doctor Strange is magic, is science, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
Oh, I can't
They
remember.
already said
Well,
it's not.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not. But I wouldn't mind if it like mimicked science. Do you know what I mean? Like it's obviously magic. Like,
Mhm.
Mhm.
but if it like aligns some way with science.
I want.
What exactly is it that
Like
he has
science
his
isn't
hand
the
that
root.
keeps flipping? I never could see it.
What are you talking about?
Ghost Rider.
I didn't actually
Robbie.
notice. It's
Oh, they were weren't they handcuffs?
No, because he'd hold it in his hand and punch it, but it
those
wasn't
are.
brass knuckles.
I think
But he had
I think
something.
they were
in,
keys. I think they were his.
I don't know,
keys.
but he kept flipping them, and it was huge though. I don't know, maybe it was.
might
in
have
the
been a really
Winchester.
big key. I gotta watch that again because I didn't really notice.
I noticed it because I kept trying to see what they would show a close up of his hand doing it, but he flicked it so fast.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
really,
wouldn't see it.
all he has to do is pick up anything and it lights on fire. I mean,
Yeah. Me and my dad were
But
just
no,
like,
this-
okay, go for
this
the chain,
was
go
a-
for the chain, grab the chain.
Yeah,
everybody
but
Yeah.
just like it was a thing. It was a thing. They always showed him doing this. And when he was walking behind Daisy, he started doing that and she heard it. And that's when she stopped.
They sounded like keys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But, or
Well,
something.
that's also when she knew it was him because she had seen him do it
Exactly. So it was
Yeah.
it's a
on
thing.
the road at night.
So
Yeah.
it's a thing.
it's a
Yeah,
thing.
they might be keys. You're right.
It
They might be
It
keys.
could be a huge thing of keys, but it was just like you
Just a
did
giant
get
key.
Well,
you
it would
didn't
make
get
sense.
a clear look at it.
So,
Keys might make sense because he does work at this scrapyard.
Yep. It works
So a big ring of keys might make sense.
When is Doctor Strange coming out?
November.
It is November,
I
right?
think so, yeah.
What's the other Marvel movie that's coming out this year?
Nothing else this year.
Yeah.
No. Next year is going to be
So-
Ragnarok.
So possibly no
And
other ties then.
Okay, let's see. List of Marvel Cinematic Universe films. I am Wikipediaing this shit live. I don't care.
Thank you, Wikipedia.
That was
You helped-
phase
you helped
one.
work.
That was phase 2. Phase 3. The only film after phase 3 is Civil War.
Yes, which I
Okay.
just picked up my copy.
Yay.
There you
Gonna
go.
watching the shit out
Future
of
Doctor Strange on November 4th, and then Guardians of the Galaxy in May.
that. Okay.
I don't think we're
Spider-Man-
getting that.
No. Spider-Man in
that.
July, and then Ragnarok in November.
What do you mean you don't think we're getting Guardians?
Well,
Oh, you
I
mean
mean,
in
not in the show.
Shield? Yeah, okay.
No.
Because
Yeah.
Guardians has always been like way out there, like it's part of the universe, but like no one knows about it.
It's in space.
I mean,
Thanos is what's gonna bring everything together, though.
the headcanon for a lot of people is that it's in Andromeda Galaxy, so I'm sticking with that until they tell us otherwise.
Yeah, because they really haven't told us.
Mm-hmm.
We really don't know.
Yeah. All right then, Doctor Strange. So hopefully there'll be a more significant tie-in other than, like I was hoping for a more significant tie-in with Civil War, and it's just Coulson watching it on TV.
But here's the thing. We're still getting it. They're quoting the Sokovia.
Yeah, they are.
All of this is piggybacking off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Civil War really does affect. I think really the Captain America movies are the ones that really affect everything else in the Marvel universe, like the Winter Soldier, and then we got Civil War, and I guess Age of Ultron too, because that's kind of like what sparked the Sokovia Accords. Because Reina said the world would be changed forever, so this is the world we live in now. Superheroes are they're outlaws now, and they need to be. And I think. Yeah, last season they said Inhumans need to be registered. But what do you do with Ghost Rider? He's not an Inhuman, at least we don't think he is. So
But he's enhanced.
He is enhanced.
Because, the thing about the Accords is Talbot was focusing on Inhumans because that's what they knew. Like, enhanced now encompasses so much more.
Yeah.
So he still falls under. They're going to try to make him register, I'm sure.
So yeah, he's not going to, but...
He's an enemy, so at the moment he's actually killing people, so
I'm curious what Thor's reaction to these Accords is going to be.
No, he doesn't know what's going on. He's looking down on Earth. He's like, "Why wasn't I invited to the party? I want to be on a team."
Jane's just writing him letters like, "Shit, Thor, like it's crazy down here."
Don't come.
Yeah, just handle your shit.
Handle your shit.
Ours.
And bring Hulk with you.
Like they really could contain you anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they could. I think they could.
If they lured him into a trap, yeah, and got the drop on him, maybe. But back to the episode here. I'm getting way off topic here. I'm terrible.
Off the topic.
So
There's so much in the MCU to get off topic.
I know. So we got an LMD, we got Yo-Yo, we got Fitz hiding his shit from Simmons.
Well, this episode will lead you to go different places because it was like little tidbits of everyone's story. It wasn't really a cohesive like storyline in the sense of we've had in the past. It's like,
well, we do need to establish a lot of these things.
Yeah, it is. It's like how everyone's interaction with each other are now, how their relationship with each other are, how the hierarchy has changed, and things like that.
Stupid colors.
What's Coulson's clear?
The director trusts Gemma, which is kind of weird, and she's like seems like the only one that's ever really seen him
or spoken. I'm sure they all seen him. Yeah, she speaks with him on a regular basis.
So yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, Gemma was kicking ass this season. Not
in the hell yeah!
Way, but yeah, she she said that shit to May. It's like no one really talks that way to May anyway. But Gemma, I was like, damn, what happened?
Because Simmons walked out of that room and like the expression on May's face, she was pissed off, but like you could tell she was impressed.
Like the timid,
she was kind of proud.
The timid, stuttering stumble over her words, like scientist, lab geek, is now all of a sudden giving the orders. Good for you. A+ with your stupid
and Gemma was like
coding.
You think back to season 1, Gemma was like the weakest on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then her saying this stuff, and then telling May straight out that she doesn't like the director either. But
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Seem like
the director
anyone likes the director. So this director, no one likes, but he apparently likes rainbows.
But and then that makes me question: how did he get to be director? Why did Coulson step down?
Government appointment.
It was government appointment.
I think it might have been government.
Shield is official now.
Yeah,
it's in the public eye. It's in the public eye again. They don't have to hide anymore. So yeah,
Which
they
is why
probably,
everything's classified.
Yeah, that's why everything's classified, because the
which is
government's
why
involved now.
probably why Phil can't be the director anymore, because everyone thinks to the public they think he's dead.
I think it's pretty
I
obvious.
don't know, man. It's starting to feel too much like old Shield again, and I'm not having it.
I just
I like Rogue Shield, Outlaw Shield.
Yeah.
I'll just be
That was the
disappointed
best-
if Hydra comes back in again. Like, please,
Hydra-
I would like to
Hydra-
be done
Hydra-
with Hydra for a while.
We're done with Hydra for now, but Hydra's not dead.
No, of course
it's not dead.
Oh, no.
But I don't think it's gonna be exactly like it was.
Well, Hydra's
Hydra's
not
not
gonna be-
gonna grow in
They've
Shield.
wounded it to the point where they're at a regrouping phase.
Yeah.
They killed off their supernatural boss.
They killed off that branch of Hydra's god.
Yeah.
Like,
Whatever.
they
But
took out...
there's some areas of Hydra that didn't even believe in that.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's why there's Hydra. It's all different branches, all different tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Not heads, tentacles. There's only
They're
one
tentacles.
head. On their logo, it's just one head.
Lots of tentacles. That's not a Hydra. That's a Kraken.
Well, that's what's his face.
They were confused.
That was Hive.
Yeah, that was Hive.
Yeah, it was Hive.
There was lost in translation. They made a mistake.
All right, then. So,
They could have.
next
'Cause they're-
episode...
Just drunk.
Next episode is called Meet the New Boss.
No.
Brief synopsis here. I love brief. Daisy goes to battle Ghost Rider at a terrible cost, and Coulson faces the new director, and his bold agenda surprises them all. Well, at least the team's not in danger.
Maybe it's one of the patent twins that no one likes.
The team's not in danger. Coulson hasn't died.
He didn't die.
Nope, didn't die. So
I can't right now. I was so like every word I was hanging on every word everyone said anything when they talked about the director, and they weren't giving out any clues except for those.
Things I want this season. Slightly more, substantial tie-ins with the movies, and maybe a substantial tie-in with the Netflix series.
That'd be cool.
Because
we haven't gotten much reference to the Netflix
series. September 30th, I think it is. We're about to have our third one, Luke Cage.
Yeah.
God, is it that soon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, what is it, November for season 2 of Jessica Jones?
And November for Doctor Strange.
Which I can tell you, Jessica Jones is probably the single Marvel thing I'm most excited about. Tied with Guardians of the Galaxy.
I couldn't get past episode 1 on Jessica Jones. I just couldn't.
Really? Wow.
Couldn't do it.
So great.
I couldn't. I tried.
I rewatched it, and I rewatched Daredevil within the last month. I like that show so much more than Daredevil. I don't know why.
I think, Jessica is a very interesting character, and we don't get... it's surprising in this day and age. We don't get a lot of female-centric shows. We had Peggy, but she got canceled.
All right.
But Jessica, the thing about Jessica is she's genuinely not a good person. Well, deep down she is, but
I was gonna say.
Deep down, way down, she is a good person, but she's a dick. Not a dick.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have one. But
She's like my spirit animal.
You said, Agent Carter, canceled, depressed. I'm done.
Fun fact, Peggy is the most reoccurring character in the Marvel Universe. She's been in 10 pieces in the Marvel Universe, so she is awesome, and she's my love.
They're stupid for even canceling it.
Actually, she's Captain America's love. But,
she's your boo.
She is my boo.
I was hoping that we would find out in Agent Carter who Tony Stark's mom was.
I was hoping it was Angie. Because I just want more Angie. I just wanted more Angie.
I want to find this out. I want to find who made him settle down enough to have a kid.
We know. I mean, we know who she is. We see her in
Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah, her name is Maria. You know that.
I mean, we don't get enough of her personality. You're right.
Mm-mm.
Plus, Agent Carter was in the late 40s.
Yeah.
And, I don't think Tony Stark is born into the 60s. or 70s or something like that.
60s,
Yeah,
early
late
70s.
60s, something like that. So it's going to be a while before he settles down. Anyway,
But still, I was hoping.
this is why I hate Marvel shows. We can.
Why do you hate it? Embrace it. Love it.
I do embrace it, but if I embrace it, we'll be here till midnight.
Well, I hate it because sometimes they do things that make me very upset. So.
And
That was Disney's fault, not Marvel.
And on
Disney had a
that
fake out.
really sad note,
Fired
that's our
everybody.
show. Chrissy, where can they find you?
They can find me at Clio on places.
On places.
On places, how specific? Jake, how about you?
You can find me here on YouTube at Jacob Salazar, or you can find me on Twitter. Tweet at me throughout the week, throughout the life, at To Nowhere Land. That is TONOWHERELAND. Join the Nowhere Land Society.
See, he has a good outro.
I know, it's great.
Yes.
Damn.
And I made it up that day when I first did it. Seriously, I pulled it out of my ass, and I kept using it.
Rachel, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Savannah17 right now.
Dom's not here. I don't get to sing his song.
No,
No,
you don't. Sorry, there's no song singing tonight. You can find me on Twitter at Philidren. Also, that's about it. I was thinking, I really don't do anything else under that name. You can follow all of us and find us on, most importantly, YouTube, and also Facebook, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube. I said YouTube. That used to be my old outro. I was trying something new. ASOTV Podcast. You can follow us at those places for some more podcasts or some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. MySpace? I forgot? I don't know. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah.
If you actually still use MySpace and follow us there,
I don't think
Thank
anything's
you.
been posted.
We don't.
We should just post cat and puppy pictures.